Why some are condemning, some are also a little bit skeptical about where exactly is this problem in Imo State coming. Talking about killings in Imo State, just within the week, 14 youths were said to have been killed in Imo State, and allegations are pointing to a Ebubeagu that some persons have described as a militia group by the Imo State government. But in another twist, the state governor, Hope Uzodinma, said that the DSS, Department of State Service, were the ones that kill these persons because they are troublemakers. Let me just put it that way, troublemakers in the state. And there has been discordant tones, those who have said these people are not what they've been accused of, that since the coming of the governor, there has been an uptick in terms of killings and all kinds of extrajudicial killing and tension in Imo State, especially in Olo and Oru East and West local government areas. And some persons are asking who will be next or when will this come to an end. Incidentally, Honorable Jeff Ojinika comes from that area, so I will want to start with Honorable Jeff.
First and foremost, I came to this program on black and with the black in solidarity with the youths of Oro West, Olu, also, and Oro East, who have suffered a lot of killings in the hands of the security agencies, whether you call them DSS, whether you call them Army, whether you call them Ebubeagu. It's very unfortunate that on Sunday by 6, between the hours of 6 p.m. to 7 p.m., the youths of Otulu that escorted a friend of theirs to attend a marriage ceremony at the family of Adak Okafueze in Omubosh, Awamama, they were escorting their friends who went for a traditional wedding. And then between Omuboshi and Isieke, they met the Ebubeagu people who accosted them and opened fire openly on these young men who were, because the guy who went to marry is an Okada person. So his fellow Okada people in Esprit de Corps escorted him to the program and they were going in a convoy. They opened fire on them, killed 7 instantly, and the president of Otulu, and the Lome Union, identified them. Chigozie, Chikeranya. In fact, two persons from Ekesinachi family, Felix and Emeka, died. They're the same brothers. There's a boy, Shijoke and Ozioma. These people were the people that were killed instantly. And then the next day, when they came to now, they went and reported to the army. They went and visited that location. It was then that they recovered these bodies, and then the bodies of the people who were, so many people were wounded, so many people were missing, and it's very unfortunate. And shortly after, the state government issued a release and tagged those people bandits, that they were bandits, that it was a product of the DSS who went into an operation that they arrested in a release that they issued. And in the last 2 days, the youths of the area have been really demonstrating. And what this calls for is that the Imo people will want the Director General of the State Security Service, whose agency is being accused of, because from every available indication, the DSS does not act within outside the ambits of the law. The DSS must act within the ambits of the law. You cannot see people getting, you have not tried them. How did you establish that? It is only the court that can establish that somebody is a bandit. If you arrest the person, if you have an evidence against the person, you you arraign the person before the court. It's only when until the court convicts the person, that's the time that you can say that somebody is a gun. How can you see a convoy of people moving and you open fire on them, and at the end of time you tag them? So, and that calls for I think I have to call the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, who is the chief security officer of this country, who is the commander in chief of this country, to look into Imo State, to actually see what is happening in Imo State. A lot of people are complaining about extrajudicial killings going on in Imo State. And it looks like the government of Imo State has appropriated the Nigerian army, the DSS, the and incorporated them with the invisible Ebubeagu. The Ebubeagu was created by law, the Imo State government law, passed by the Imo State of Assembly. By their mode of operation, nobody knows where their office is. Nobody knows the number of people, the organizational structure of that organization. They are meant to be drawing money from government. Nobody knows how they did their recruitment. Nobody knows the number of people in the employ of that security agency. Nobody knows their mode of operation. And at the end of time, all you see is killing, 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 killing. And the surprising thing is that you cannot differentiate between the Ebubeagu security person and the unknown gunmen, as the case may be. If you see their dressing, their mode of dressing, everything about the organization does not in any way confer any form of civility. And there has been a lot of extrajudicial killing. And we would have expected that if there was such a security issue, the governor will allow the agencies involved to brief the people. So it does appear as if the security agency, the DSS, the police, the army has been appropriated. And this is the same thing that happened during the kidnap of Uche Nwosu, the former governorship candidate of APC stroke Action Alliance. At the end of time, the report of that investigation has not been known. It was not until that kidnap was botched. That was when the police now owned up that it was police action. And whether the police, it now turned out that the police who did the action was police attached to the government, not the police, from the federal government, as they claimed. And up till now, that investigation is nothing has been said about it again, whether they have handled it at the level of the party, but people are interested. So in this same vein, it looks like whether is it the DSS attached to the governor that got involved in this action, or is it the DSS, whether or the DSS at what level? So the director, Bishi, the director general of the State Security Service, the DSS, please should take over this matter and brief Nigerians. The level of killings, especially as it concerns our youth, is becoming unacceptable. There is nobody, whether you call it a hand, that is allowed to take any person's life outside the ambits of the law. It is only the court. It is only when somebody is convicted that you can say, if the court so decides that the person should be killed, that the person can be killed. Outside that, nobody is allowed to take the other's life. So the level of killings, the level of this thing in Imo State has gotten to such an alarming proportion that Mr. President should please come into it. The security agencies, the DSS, the chief of army staff, nobody should allow those security agents to be used against unsuspecting members of the public and innocent youths. You can imagine somebody, if people who escorted their friends. And the whole facts are there. You can go to this family, the Okafor is a family in Omoboshi, to know whether their daughter was being married that day. And the function, usually traditional marriage, ends about 6 o'clock. And that was about the time they left to the distance.
All right, Kukwens, can we have your thoughts on it? All right, sincerely speaking, the carnage in Imo State is getting a bit worrisome. Let's see what some persons have said.
In Imo State, I'm from Imo State actually, to be precise, from Mbise. And I was born in Omai. I grew up in Omai and went to school in Omai. So in Nigeria as a whole, your guest there is talking about shooting, shooting, shooting. Like I told you, I'm into security business in the United States here. Before you carry weapon here in America, which I know is a standard rule, there is a rules that covers that weapon that you are carrying, like gun, which says you cannot use that gun unless your life or somebody's life is in danger. But when it comes to Nigeria, it's the other way around. They will go to the training. After training them, all their mind will be in class is how much am I going to make? Where are they sending me? How much am I going to make over there? Oh, can you all send me to the east where people always in the rush, they don't ask questions to make money. Okay? Police, law enforcement, security operative are trained to use, or they're supposed to use the minimum force to defuse any situation. Not in the case of Nigeria. You will ask a police officer a question. If you don't like it, the next thing he will cock AK-47, start pointing gun at you. Before you know it, they start shooting on the air. In America, there's nothing like shooting on the air or warning. And they come here in America to have training. At the end of the day, they go there, receive training, and they will not apply what they trained them.